Howdy do, creepers and geekers. Well, I fucked that up. Hey guys, what's up going on? This is probably going to be my last major pickup video. I did get kind of a good lot of stuff, and I know I do these every 2 months, but this is just pretty much for August. And I'm going to call it quits on the whole game hunting thing for now. Not to say that if I'm not in Goodwill, of course I'm going to look, but I'm not going to spend time going out looking at all my usual places and whatever. I'll still pick up here and there, and rather than do pickup videos from now, it'll probably just be more like if it's 2 or 3 games I picked up at the end of whatever video I do that week, I'll mention them, and that's about it. And if you watched one of my last, it's the update video, you understand why, and that's actually going to come into play today. Yeah. Alright, that's enough of that shit. That's all I need, a 20-minute video, because I couldn't just stop fucking playing the goddamn guitar. Alright, well, first pickup is obviously this thing. Yeah. It's a Squire by Fender, made in Indonesia. It's called the Model 51. I don't know where that came from. This is actually an 04, the first year they came out. I looked into the serial number. And a lot of collectors like these guitars because they're modifiable like a madman. This is like a modder's dream. And guess what? I'm going to do the same thing. And it will be documented right here. And if that's your kind of thing, watch it. If it's not, pass on. But yeah, it's pretty cool. These things sold for about $100 brand new. And it does not play with a $100 guitar. This thing plays awesome. It just needs electronics. And needs some new bridges and, you know, nuts and saddles and all kinds of stuff. But once I get the hardware and the electronics, this thing will scream. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be both, it's going to be like a dirty blues guitar. Maybe even a little rockabilly too. So, I was pretty happy to pick that up. Alright guys, so we got a bunch of stuff to get to game-wise. And I'm not going to lie, it's like the 4th or 5th time I've recorded this, and each time something happened and whatever. So, let me take a sip of my, because I need caffeine. And I think that's what it was. I didn't have this last time, so something was askew. Alright, first pickup. We have this local, it's, I can't remember the name, I'll post it sometime later on. But it's basically a geek market, and it's comic books, toys, collectibles, video games, anything surrounded by geeks and stuff. And I picked up these two. I picked up E.T. and Miss Pac-Man. I don't know why I've never picked up Miss Pac-Man. This is a great port of the game, especially considering it's on the 2600. And I love it. It's a great game. E.T. I picked up because it had the end label and the label was in great condition. There are certain games in my life that I'm very picky about the condition of the label and the cartridge itself. And because this game is so nostalgic to me, regardless of how you all feel about it. And I even got into an argument about the guy, or with the guy who sold it to me about it. I'm just like, you're an idiot. You're just following internet trends. Well, there was a, survey. Fuck you and your survey. You eat my ass with your survey. But, it's definitely a flawed game, but it's really not that bad of a game if you read the goddamn manual and you just take your time and do the game. So, let's see, another game. Now, I'm considering this a pickup. Yes, I owned it. this actual copy, not like a copy of it. But I don't know if you saw back in the day, I sold my N64 to a friend who needed it for his collection. I went with an orange one, a red one, and I think he had the gold one. And he really, really wanted it, and he knew I wasn't really a big fan of the N64, but I loved it. So I figured, you know, I could use the cash, so I sold it to him. And after that, I had that N64 drawer with about 14 games in it, and it wasn't doing anything. So I figured, you know what, I'm just going to sell it, put that money aside, and see what I can get, you know. I figured I would just do games or whatever. And this was right around the time I said I was going to stop really collecting. So that money was actually going to go towards another project. But it actually was instrumental in buying my guitar. The guy wanted $125 for the damn thing. I already $100 from selling all that crap. And I paid $25 for that Squire, and I've wanted one of those for a while because they're just so neat. They're different. So, and I like different, and you guys should know that by now. Long story short, I sold them a bunch of my N64 stuff, but I did say, hey, there's one game in there that I don't want you getting rid of. If you have to sell it, come to me. That one game in particular. And being a cool cat he was, the next day he came into work and he just gave it to me. It's my Asteroid 64. So I have this game back. I love this game. And I can't say enough things about it. I've made a video about it. So I'm proud to have that back, and I still consider that a pickup because it belonged to somebody else. Then it came back into my possession. Alright, so I'm at Goodwill. And I know I said I wasn't a big fan of the GameCube. In fact, I said it was my least favorite console because it doesn't feel like Nintendo. But it was $7.99. And the condition of this thing would blow your mind if you were here holding it. 9 out of 10 times when you look into these vents, there's all kinds of, you know, dust bunnies and crap in there. And I'm not going to lie to you. If the guy had told me that when they got the donation that they literally opened a sealed box and just put this on the shelf because they didn't want to keep the box out there, I would have believed them. I would have fucking believed them. And $7.99, you can't go wrong. So I think I'm going to give the GameCube another chance. Oh, and it, you know, had a game in it. So, not the greatest game in the world, but... So yeah, I'm going to give it another chance. Why not? The one I have now doesn't read discs anyway. I sold my other one. I just use that one for my Game Boy adapter thing, but again, now it's not reading discs, so that kind of crops out, but then I have this one now. So, with that, I got 3 controllers. I got this aftermarket and GameCube controller. And you know what? People complain about these controllers, and if you play a lot of aftermarket controllers, most of them suck bad. But these ones aren't bad. I mean, they're worth the few bucks that you can pay for them, right? So I've never had a problem with them. Until I got this in my hands. This is my first actually official GameCube controller I've ever owned. And there is a huge difference. And I'm glad I have this in my hand. I actually did get 2, but the same guy who I sold the N64 to, he needed an original one for competition. So I got this one, a black one, and a purple one, and he wanted the purple one. I don't know if he has a purple unit or not, but I like black better anyway, so great controller. I'm glad to have that. Let's see. I'm going to show you something real quick before we actually get into more video games, and because this lot here is where it really gets involved. But one of my last videos, I shown off a lot of my paintings, and there was a reason for it, but I did a painting today, and I'm not really the biggest fan of it. Ooh, excuse me. But it's kind of video game related, so I figured I'd show it off. It's Mario. Now, the original intention on this was to do kind of like a Van Gogh Mario, and instead of like a block thing, I was just going to scribble, just half-heartedly, the basic shape of Mario, but as the blocks, if you could picture that at all. And because of the size of the canvas and the way I have to do that, it's not going to work. So I'm actually going to try to get a great big canvas here in the next week and actually do that. And I'm going to put some Mario background stuff, but it's going to be a little creepy. I'm going to add my own flair to it. But this one, honestly, and the only reason I'm showing it to you guys is it's more likely going to get painted over. Now, I know you guys love this kind of shit. So here's the deal. If there's any of you out there that really like this, here, I'll let you look at it for a second. There's pictures of it on my Instagram. There's pictures of it on my Facebook. There's pictures of it on my, I believe I tweeted it. If not, I'll tweet it later. Take a good look at it. If you really want it, let me know. The best way to do it is go to Facebook, search the Atari Creep, and message me on that page, okay? Unless we're already friends on Facebook, message me there. I'd be more than happy to give this to you. I mean, obviously, I'm going to have to sign it. I didn't sign it because I thought I was going to paint over, but I thought about this. And if this is something that you guys want in your game room, by all means, I'll be more than happy to send it out to you. It won't be for another week or two, only because of a purchase I made today. So I'm a little low on cash. I have to pay bills, you know. Fuck that adulthood shit. But it's going to happen. So yeah, let me know. Let me know. And I'm not asking for anything for it. If you want to throw a game or something my way, cool, whatever. But you're not obligated to do shit. Alright, so this next log came from a coworker, and he's a fairly new employee, and we got on a topic of video games, and he had mentioned that his family has a Master System and a Super Nintendo and a couple other little things, and their mom bought this one of those Atari flashback things because they love it. And I thought it was really cool that as a family they still do that, and he plays his Master System all the time. Now, he's not a collector per se. They just have had these for years, and they still use them, and that's awesome. I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. But he also mentioned he had a whole box full of Atari stuff that was doing nothing in the shed, and he says, "Do you want it?" And I said, "Yeah." So he offered it up to me, and I offered him a few bucks, and he refused it. But I think I'm going to slip 20 bucks in his locker on Monday or whatever. But long story short, $20 doesn't come close to what this shit should have been. You know, that's pretty cool. A lot of it are doubles to me, but I'm going to be paying it forward, so don't worry about that. I'm not hoarding. But let's start with the stuff I didn't have that went on my shelf. And then I'll show you the stuff I do have that are extras, okay? And then there are a couple of controllers in there and stuff like that. So let me just grab a couple of these cartridges first. The first one, I guess, here is this Track and Field. God, I gotta remember what side the damn lens is on. Track and Field. I'm not familiar with these silver labels with the pink. I actually thought this was a 7800 game, but no, it's 2600. And I can't imagine this being any good, but I'm glad to have that in the collection because I don't have it. Junior Pac-Man. Yes. I like this game. You don't see this, it's not a rare game, but I don't see this out there too often locally, so glad that came in that box. The Smurfs. Looks good on the shelf with the rest of the Coleco games. This one was random. Pole position 2 for the 7800. No unlabeled. This is actually a really good port of it, so I was happy that that was in there too. So let's see. Got a little bit of filler here. Well, this isn't really filler. I was super stoked, and in my opinion, this is the creme de la creme. You may disagree with me when you see a few other games, but I hardly ever see these with the labels intact as much as this, and most of the local places want between $5 and $10 for this game, and I don't think it's worth even $3. It's a Pac-Man clone. Excuse me. It's not a very good one, but it is a fun game still. And it's based on aliens. Come on. So, I was super stoked to see that in that box. Casino. Just one of those games that I could have picked up a bazillion times, but chose to get something better. And now I have it, and I don't have to worry about that conflict anymore. Because you know the conflict I'm talking about. Crystal Castles. Great game. Never had it. Can't wait to play it. Let's see. Oh my god, I'm not even close to done, guys. This all came in one box. Warlords. I'm just going to do this as quick as possible now. Donkey Kong. Lock and Chase. For the M Network, awesome game. This game is awesome. It has aged very well. It's a Pac-Man kind of clone. Play it. People puke on this game. Play this fucking game. This is great. Another M Network, Astro Smash. This is one I actually had as a kid. Hasn't aged very well, and I do plan on doing a play video on this one. But that's going to be more of the games worse than ET kind of thing. So, that should be the first episode, I hope, coming down the line. So, Pack Power, Pac-Man. I ended up with another copy of ET, but no on label, so maybe I can use that one to smash in a video. Demons of Diamonds, great game. Yaz Revenge, I'm probably going to hang on to this one as a backup for the one I do have, because it's one of my top 5 favorites. And I just don't feel like going to the store and buying another copy, since I have a second one here, in the event that the one I do use breaks. So, that's pretty cool. Jungle Hunt, really good copy of it. If anyone needs this one, let me know. We got Frogger. It works, but there's like this weird shaky thing in there. I don't know if that's just a Parker Brothers cartridge thing. A few of my other ones do that too. But it works, so. Defender. Everyone's going to have Defender. I mean, I got 2. Ms. Pac-Man, another copy. Actually, this one's in good shape as well. So, but this is from 1987. I want to keep the 1982 one. Let's see. Centipede, already have it. And one of my favorite games of all time. And if I could have any arcade machine, this one would be it. And Super Breakout. Now, I'm going to look at this file and make sure I'm not missing anything game-wise. Nope, that is it. I also got a couple of Nintendo games. If I already did this one, I apologize. I'm pretty sure I haven't. But I've done this video a number of times, and I don't know what order I went in. But these were also in there, too. Super Mario 3, I've never owned this. I've given it a whirl here and there, and I know everyone screams how great this game is. So, I am going to probably... I kind of feel like Buried on Mars with the original Mario Brothers. I've never really gotten into this game, and I'm not going to do like an episode like he did, but I'm gonna focus on this game here probably for the. I might even start this long weekend, so I can't wait. Can't wait. It's a good game. And I got a copy of Ninja Turtles, and it's not the greatest cover. If you can see there, it looks like a cigarette burn or some shit. But it doesn't go all the way through and the game works. So what I'm going to end up doing is just sanding it down a little bit, putting some that plumber's epoxy that I use on like sculptures, sand it down. I got a good buddy of mine who does a really good job printing labels. And I'm not trying to swashbuckle anyone or do some shady shit. I just want a nice looking cartridge. And should I end up moving on with this one, the individual who will be buying it will know that the label's a reproduction, okay? So don't start sending comments about you fucking whatever. So, guys, that is it for video games. Now, I do have one more thing to show you. If you watched my update video, you already know what this is. I finally did it today. I went out and got it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut this camera off and I'm going to flip it so I can actually look at the viewfinder and hold it like this, you know, and aim at exactly what I want to aim at. And hopefully, and I haven't had much luck with putting 2 videos together and it not fucking up. And hopefully this one won't do that. So let me do that real quick and then I'll sign off, and that's it. So guys, I'm going to... Alright guys, so here it is. This is my project bike. Let me see if I can get rid of this light here so you don't get so much hue. Yeah, that's better. I know to most of you who probably, one, aren't into bikes and everything, you're going to look at this and say it's a jalopy and it's inoperable. My girlfriend has been freaking out since I bought this. She's like, oh my god, it's just a bunch of metal. What are you going to do? And that's exactly what I was looking for. And it just so happened to have a wheel. And you know what the cool thing is the guy actually gave me like a half an engine. I just needed to do the top end, and it spins freely, so I'm sure it's buildable. I almost got a second frame with it, but I just couldn't fit it in my Toyota Corolla. Yes, that came home in a Toyota Corolla. Those trunks are awesome. And I got a wire wheel for it too, so I'm super stoked. And if you really are interested in this kind of stuff, what I plan to do, let me see if I can get this light on so you can see the bike itself better, is right here where the gooseneck goes, I plan on raking it out just slightly, maybe 42 degrees, so I just have that nice, you know, I'm not going to go total custom chopper like, you know, like Easy Rider. You just can't ride that properly. Obviously the motor mount is still there. It takes a 750, it's a Yamaha 750. And there's the rear. Now somebody had already started cutting here, and that's the first thing I would have done. I would have gotten rid of this whole back area and made a cafe racer out of it. But what I plan to do is I'm going to cut it right here, and I'm going to come down and cut it right here. And I'm going to come down and cut it right here. And basically all of this in the back is going to go goodbye. And I'm going to be left with literally just this, I don't want to call it triangle, but this section right here. And then you can buy a hardtail kit that you can weld on. And it gets rid of the whole spring thing, and it just has more of a classic look. And yeah, that's it, guys. I finally went out and got the frame. And let me see if I can't back up a little bit so you can get the whole thing in view. And it's a 78 Yamaha. I'm guessing it's an XS 750. I have to check the VIN. No, I don't have a title for it, but that's not a big deal here in Arizona, at least. Worst comes to worst, I could just scrape all the numbers off of it and just say it's a custom one-off build, and I'll get my own VIN number for it. So I'm going to be doing enough modifications to it to you know, justify that kind of sneakery. But there she is, guys. That's the reason why I'm going to be buying less stuff. Now, that said, I am not going to slow down this channel. I do have a couple topics in mind. And I still got to do that what is retro, in my opinion. And maybe I'll do that tonight or tomorrow. But it's after midnight, and I'm tired. Yeah, that's it, guys. So Saturday night, technically Sunday morning now, and I hope everyone's having a great weekend so far. This long weekend's awesome. Be safe. No drinking and driving. No acting like an asshole. Too many people get fucked up, dude. A lot of families get ruined over stupid shit like that. A couple drinks, get behind the wheel. You know, your family suffers, their family suffers. Come on, guys. Be smart about your holiday weekends, because you know what? Accidents don't take holidays. So be safe. And guys, I'm going to sign out real quick just by saying bye-bye. Oh yeah, rate and subscribe and all that shit. That's my bike. Vroom.